Welcome back to the Brothers of the Unknown. I am currently hiding in the crawl space because someone decided to play dodgeball with things that shouldn't exist. Tonight, we're looking at the Foundation's curated collection of terrifying geometry, specifically the balls. We're talking about SCPs that are perfectly round, deceptively smooth, and capable of ending the world if you bounce them too hard. Whether it's a sphere that eats light or a ball that just wants to be your best, most lethal friend, we're diving deep into the curves of the Anomalous. Your hosts for this evening are Mr. B and Mr. K. One of them is currently trying to convince a containment specialist that his bowling ball is actually an Euclid class entity, and the other just realized that his stress ball on his desk is starting to grow teeth. So tuck in your limbs and avoid anything with a radius, and try not to roll away. This is episode Well-Rounded Terror. Gentlemen, try not to drop the ball.
Thank you, Boogie. I'm can't wait to actually get into this episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cause I've got a treat for you.
Oh, what's this?
I'm doing an SCP today.
Oh, you got an SCP? Sweet.
Yes.
I got an SCP.
Yep, I can't wait because it's one of the original SCPs from Series 1.
Ooh, mine is too.
Oh, well, I guess there goes my thunder.
Well, it's still pretty cool that you're doing an SCP. I didn't think you'd get sucked into it this early.
Well, I mean, it kind of rubbed off on me. I mean, you've been chit-chatting off screen, and I'm kind of getting a little into it. But without further ado, have you ever heard of SCP-018?
018. Oh, I have heard of that one. That's kind of a favorite. It's got some, I don't know, lore in another movie I'm thinking of.
Okay. All right. So it might not be too much of a surprise for you, but for some of our listeners, I think it will be, and it's going to be fun, actually.
Interesting.
So I've never done an SCP, so bear with me. I might have to get used to it. I mean, it's a little different from what I'm used to. But what if I say there's a Euclid class that is about 6 centimeters in diameter?
That's pretty small.
Yeah. Conveniently about the same size as a small bouncy ball.
Bouncy ball, huh? Well,
yes.
The fact that I know a little bit about this, I'm just gonna play dumb for a while. Maybe help our listeners out.
There you go.
So this bouncy ball, is it not bouncy?
Oh, quite the opposite. It's very bouncy, actually.
It's very bouncy. I gotcha.
So the whole thing with this is don't get it started bouncing and you won't have to find out.
I gotcha. So maybe tell me a little bit about its containment procedures. Do they store it specially?
Yes, relatively special for a bouncy ball, of course.
Gotcha.
So you got this 6 centimeter ball inside of a 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter, so 3 foot cube for those freedom units. It's in a you're right. A sealed box lined with a heavy synthetic padding right inside of it. So that's the first line. Now, they really mean business when they have to put that small box into a little bit bigger box and then fill it with a polyurethane substance, roughly about 10 meter by 10 meter by 10 meter, or 30 cube for those freedom units again.
So it's in a big room of gel, basically.
Yes. So the ball itself, of course, is not in the goo, but the box that is holding the ball is in the goo.
Ah, okay. So you're telling me this extremely bouncy ball has an ability to escape? You did say it was Euclid class, so it's got to be pretty potent.
Yeah, considering a bouncy ball normally would be considered safe, and this one being considered a Euclid, yes, there is a slight chance for things to go awry. So much so that they had to, double up the containment for it. So, let's go ahead and just start off with the description of this bouncy ball. All right, it's a 6 meter or 6 centimeter in diameter bouncy ball. It is made from a company called Whammo Company as the Super Ball, and it was first produced in 1969. And the color is like an off red, kind of, I don't know, kind of a gross looking red, to be honest with you.
I gotcha.
So this company hired to clean out the warehouse at Whammo Merchandise, of Whammo Merchandise, that is. And it was noted that it was very bouncy, right? And like you just slam it to the ground and it would just go like normal, right? As a normal Super Ball would be, right? Unfortunately, this ball would take the amount of force that you put into it and multiply it by 200%.
Holy crap.
Yes. God only knows what could go wrong there.
I remember being a kid with some of those early day tough bouncy balls, and we'd be out in the driveway or something, and we'd be throwing the ball as hard as we could at the ground to see how high it could go. With a bouncy ball like that, I think it might not come back down.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I mean, like, if you think about it, I mean, how much injury could happen if you just slam it to the ground and it flies up in the air and then it comes back down, right? And I mean, that's what you used to do with the bouncy balls back in the day, right? Just imagine getting hit by a bouncy ball that is, going twice the speed that you can slam the ground with, coming back down. That'd be crazy. Or getting hit by it just by bouncing off the ground. Oh my God.
It kind of reminds me of that scene in Men in Black where Agent J goes into the head curator's office and he's like, "Ooh, what's this?" And he touches it and it just ding 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 ding. So I can only imagine.
Yeah, I think that was probably at like 1 million times efficiency. Just a little poke.
I mean, he had to catch it with a special glove of all things, so keep it suspended in a force field.
Right, exactly.
Pretty fun test toy.
Yeah. That would be a really bad desk toy. I don't know about you. I can only imagine. Oh boy.
Yeah, you need a fidget spinner like that. Duck!
Yeah. Run.
Coming at you like a cork from a champagne bottle.
Right. So obviously when you think of it as that, where it has 200% efficiency, the danger of that ball would be just exponentially more, especially seeing that each time it hits something it just goes faster. and
right.
faster and faster.
Dodgeball that thing, you're just gonna get pelted.
Right. So it's like if you're stuck in a room that's made of, I don't know, concrete or something that's extremely durable that you don't have to worry about drywall or something like that, then oh boy, you're in some trouble.
Yeah, sounds like being in the containment room might be dangerous if it gets out. But then again, I guess it's got that gel to slow it down.
And the heavy synthetic padding on the inside of the 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter 3-foot cube freedom units.
It's just enough to where it's like vibrating on the pad just because it's bouncing so efficiently.
Yep, that would be crazy. But I mean, do you have any like speculations or
I do have a little tidbit to add, something that I know about this ball, a little outside of the file. There's SCP-001, and in the multitudes of 001, and we'll cover that in a episode hopefully here soon. They talk about the what was it called? I almost called it the Foundation. The Factory, that's what it is. They said that maybe this bouncy ball had found itself produced by the company you said, and somehow found its way to the factory and went in and came out of that facility anomalous, and what kind of maybe gave that ordinary ball its powers.
So I mean, obviously we're probably going to jump into that whole the factory aspect of what you just said.
It's a quite long-winded story, so that's definitely going to be for another time, but I can touch on it a little bit for this episode's purposes. Why, do you have a specific question?
Well, mostly what is it?
Well, the factory was, in a nutshell, one of the starting elements of anomalous creations. There's been a number of things that have known to come out of this with anomalous abilities, and the bouncy ball was said to be one of them, and it was basically ran by the devil in a sense. And the story kind of boils down that the head of the O5 Council took over the factory to keep it appeased, to keep it under Foundation's control. And eventually it even got away from him and kind of went wild, and they basically put a ban on ever using it or try to create things to destroy other anomalous things, because it basically required, I don't know, human souls, human sacrifices. People would go into this thing, and the factory would even remake people into zombified mechanical monsters that would help keep the facility running or protect
employees.
Pretty much. There were employees. There was regular people that would run the machines, but it was weird. They didn't know where the pipes went. They didn't know where the power was coming from. They put something in the machine, press the button, something would come out of the machine, and it was just wild.
Well, that's pretty freaking interesting, and we will definitely have to get into some sort of episode about the factory, because it just sounds like something that would actually happen in, I guess, corporate America today.
Yeah, I believe we're gonna talk about the cowbell, and that's another entity that wouldn't be too surprising if it came out of the factory. So
fair enough. So I guess with that, you said you told me you have something, and
I do have an SCP lined up.
Right.
I have SCP-168. It is also a ball. It is a little different though. It is a Euclid class, and it has some mind-bending or mind-altering effects.
And that's what she said.
Yeah, this is yeah, you could definitely compare it to a bad relationship.
I wasn't gonna go that far.
Having your trauma bond with something like this. It's you're kind of hitting the nail on the head here.
I don't even know what it's about, dude.
Sad part, my ball's bigger than your ball, though.
Oh, okay. I'll just go ahead and leave that right there where it lays.
Well, the size of this thing is like 2.4 meters wide and 2.1 meters tall. So about 8 foot wide and 7 foot tall. So pretty spherical.
That is a huge ball.
It is. Its code name is
Go
the
see the
Ball
doctor.
of Sharp.
Oh. Okay,
What
the
were
ball
you
is sharp.
thinking? Get your head out of the gutter.
No, I just said, it sounds like the name of the ball is called you need to go see the doctor.
Yeah, that definitely. It's gonna give you more than a flesh wound, I guess.
Right.
So
it's called the ball of the sharp.
Ball of Sharp.
Ball of sharp. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Well, how does a ball become sharp? Because I don't know about you, but usually spheres aren't sharp.
Picture a yarn ball. You just have this weave and it just so happens to be a ball. But this thing is made up of knives, razor wire, fishing hooks, fishing line, basically anything sharp and pointy you can think of, and it's just wrapped into this 8-foot ball.
Okay, that just conjured up fears of a Saw movie.
Oh, it's more like Hostel than Saw, but yeah.
All right. Oh man. Yeah.
Okay. This thing makes Silent Hill look like a cat.
Okay, so what is this ball of sharp? What does it do? I guess. That's
if
fine.
you get close enough to it for its memetic effects to work on you, it makes you want to get close to it. It makes you want to touch it. It makes you very infatuated with it.
Oh. Okay, so I could see how you could refer this to an ex.
Yeah, a trauma bond. Come here, darling. I got hooks and line for you. And this ain't a fishing joke dating pun.
I got a back rub for you. It just so happens to have hooks.
Right. So the memetic effects are pretty strong. People that get entrapped by this thing are put through immense pain and out of the ordinary, the hooks and the knives that would be digging into you and cutting you up. It makes it feel worse than a normal situation of getting a fish hook in you or being cut up. You know, if you had a nightmare facing Freddy Krueger, that would feel like a warm hug compared to this.
You know, it sounds like a very not to get too weird, but do you remember that movie Hellraiser from the 90s?
A little bit.
I guess
it wasn't one of
80s.
my favorite movies, but I do know of it.
Okay, so the whole premise of it is that these creatures come out of this cube, right? And they want to take the soul of, or I guess the person technically, of the one that opened the cube, right? And their whole shtick is pain is pleasure, and in order to get the most pleasure, you need to suffer the most pain, right?
Okay.
This would be like like a ball gag almost.
I see what you did there. Yeah, in a sense, like testing with this, they require you to like wear body armor, almost like Knights of the Round Table body armor. Like you're fully coated in iron to deal with this thing. And you're heavily monitored, because if you become too infatuated with the orb, they need to get you out of there before you're trying to get yourself stuck.
You know what this is, right?
Go for it.
It's the perfect mission for the adventures of Leadman.
Oh, the adventures of Leadman. Oh, we haven't brought up Leadman yet.
Not yet.
So
it's a
there's
thing in works.
A little bit of a sprinkle what we got coming up. But yeah, we definitely would have to throw Leadman at this one for sure. I think he could handle it.
Yeah. It's an inside joke until we
it's definitely
come
an
out
inside joke for now, but we will let you in on the fun 100%. Here soon.
100%.
Oh, that's too funny. Oh, I gotta add that to the list.
Yeah, we're adding writing to our resume of an SCP of our own. So
yes. I don't know if we're gonna talk about it or try to post it and see if it becomes a real thing. But we'll figure that in the future.
Yeah.
So that being said, you know, people that do get entrapped by SCP-162 switch between being in immense pain and kind of like in a lustful state of wanting to hug the ball of sharp even tighter. Like, could you imagine, like, this fucking hurts. I feel like I'm hugging a cactus and it's my long lost soulmate.
Yeah, that sounds like a Cenobite to the T right there, actually.
And then affected members that were caught by it and they were able to rip out of it, because it's not easy to get unstuck, you know. To get the fish hooks out of you, it almost seems like it's got a mind of its own, and it just kind of latches into you if you get close enough, kind of like the effects of the zipper that we talked about. It just magnetically attracts to your skin, and survivors tend to long for the ball of sharp up to like 2 weeks. So you have to be mentally monitored for a while, so you're not leaving the mental hospital and you're trying to break back into the room of the ball of the sharp and give it another hug.
Right.
It's like your brain forgets the pain, or you just don't care and you want to go hug your torture device.
You're right. Now, is this ball of sharp, is this a sentient being, or is this just
Nope,
a
it's
thing?
an immovable. Well, I shouldn't say immovable object, but it's stationary.
Okay, so it's an inanimate object that is just there, and it just
For the
attracts
most
people.
part, yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but like if you're outside the room and you're just like, something's attracting me to this door, and I kind of want to go in and see what it is, and you open it up and you're just like, oh, that's kind of a cool piece of artwork. You get closer, and you know who knows what you're thinking, and you're just getting closer to it, and you're just like, oh, this is amazing. Who welded this together? You know, I'm infatuated by it. I want to study it. And next thing you know, you get a little too close and it grabs you, and you're just like, fuck, but I love it. Motherfucker, this hurts. Give me a bigger hug. And hopefully people know that you've snuck your way into its containment cell so they can pry you off the thing. You know, you're probably going to leave some skin behind, but at least you'll survive. Maybe.
Right. Yeah, maybe. That's a huge maybe right there.
Depending on how tangled you get into the thing, they might just be like, you're D-class. Good luck.
So what happens? Does it dissolve, eat, just let it rot away, or what happens to the body?
It doesn't really go into the details. It just pulls you in, you get stuck to it, and I'm pretty sure you bleed out before, you know, too much. But it draws and intensifies pain. So, in your whole pinhead ideology with, you know, pain is pleasure, that's pretty much this ball in a nutshell.
Right. So, I don't know.
Do you have any what ifs or, you know, some scenarios that you can maybe think of that, or anything that maybe you could throw this thing at and solve a problem? Or
I'm just kind of wondering, like, if, I mean, obviously we're only speculating here because we only got what's on the file to go off of. But in your opinion, do you think they are seeing something, they're hallucinating, and they're drawn to it because it's something they want? Or is it,
well, that's just kind of what I thought in my example. You know, you just get a gut feeling, and you don't really notice the memetic effects, and you're just like, oh, this thing's glorious. You don't know why you find so much fascination with it. You know, you just have fascination with it.
Right. Okay. All right. So it's not like it's showing up like to you as like a, I don't know, the hottest chick you ever seen in your entire life, and you just got to go over there and try to. Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's probably exactly it. You walk into the bar, there's the lady in red, you know she's toxic as a motherfucker, and you still shoot your shot, and she gobbles you up, uses you, abuses you, and leaves you as a corpse.
Okay, for a second there I thought it was getting awfully close to, I don't know, like getting personal there.
Oh, no, get your head out of the gutter again. So, but no, I mean, it just entices you, and I'm me personally, it would be the perfect fishing object. If you could find some mind-altering helmet and wear your suit of armor and you go fishing with this thing, it's gonna probably catch every fish in the lake. Every fish in the water is gonna be memetically drawn to this thing and get stuck on every hook known on it. And you just rake it in, and there's no more fish in this lake.
So I got a question. Are you able to cut like a piece off of it, like a hook?
I would assume you could, because they talk about fishing line, but the anomalous parts of it, the fact that people get caught into it, they basically have to pull them off and rip the hook. There's like no way to unhook or get close enough, because the closer you are to it, the stronger the memetic effects are. So people coming in to save you have a very short amount of time to work next to it to get you off of it. So I could only imagine if you were important enough that they were like, hey, we need to get this dude off of it. They're pulling the fish hooks out of your skin by ripping your skin. They're and these fishing lines aren't breaking, you know, it's holding on to you.
Right. So in other words, there's no way of actually like snipping off a hook and then throwing it on a fishing line and throwing it out into like a lake.
I would speculate if they were able to cut a hook off of it, I would think it would lose its anomalous abilities. That hook would just be a normal fishing hook. The whole thing as a whole is what draws you in and doesn't want to let you go.
Right. Well, that sounds like way too much fun.
Be a nice way to go. You're like, this hurts, but I'm in heaven.
I mean, call me old fashioned, but I think I'll just rather pass on in my sleep. That's just me.
Oh man, yeah. Well, like, could you imagine? You know, you're a week out and you're like, no, I'm good. I can go back to work. I'm longing for that ball of sharp.
No, I mean, to be honest with you, if I get attached to a ball of sharp, I think I'm going to be taking a very extended leave of absence.
I'm going to another state. I'm going to enjoy a beach and think about a date with my ball of sharp.
Yeah, no.
When that finally wears off, you're like, I can't believe I fell in love with something like that. What was I thinking?
Sounds like many of guys' final thoughts on an old relationship.
Sorry, this wasn't a relationship intended episode, but you know, we're on the topic, I guess.
All right. Well, I guess with that said, I don't know. Do you have any more theories or any other what ifs that you want to toss at it?
There are a couple of SCPs that they do use against it to help people get unstuck or help the memetic effects wear off. So, you know, their person's not, you know. So I'm just going to rattle them off. I really don't know too much about these SCPs. I haven't looked into them too deeply, but we may bring them up or bring the ball of sharp back up and talk about these other SCPs. Specifically SCP-1063 and SCP-1114. So what do they do? They used they just talk about them in the sense that they use them to get anyone unstuck or use the effects of them to not let the person be absorbed mentally by the object.
Okay, so they're more like a preventative mate. Like, yeah,
they're kind of like my orange goo SCP that's nice and is more helpful. It's still anomalous, but it's more on the nice side of the SCP realm.
Okay, all right, that's awesome. So I guess we'll probably be seeing those in the not too far future of the SCP anthology.
Right.
I guess with that said, thanks for showing up, listening. Obviously, you know where we are. We're here on YouTube. We're also on Facebook. With that, go ahead, Mr. K. Sign us off.
Well, you can find us here on YouTube. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook. If you like us, you know where the button is. Maybe hit that bell icon. Leave a comment if you got your own theories of what you would do with an extremely bouncy ball or a ball of sharp. Leave your thoughts. It's fun to share, I guess, and see other people's point of view. That being said,
One more thing.
Go for it.
If there is a comment, because we went so heavily into relationships here, that you want to compare said balls, go ahead. We love reading the comments. It's fun.
Yeah, do you got a relationship that bounces off the walls at 200%, or do you got that relationship that you just can't handle a hug a cactus?
Please leave the info.
That being said, we are the Brothers of the Unknown. I am Mr. K, that is Mr. B, and don't forget to stay weird.
Another round finished, and miraculously, the world is still roughly the same shape as we left it. I'm retreating back to the crawl space before one of you accidentally bounces a reality-ending orb into my laundry pile. If you see something perfectly round rolling towards you today, don't kick it. In fact, don't even look at it. Just walk away and pretend you're a fan of squares. I've been your boogeyman, and this has been the Brothers of the Unknown. Keep your edges sharp and your balls contained.